A major winter storm is taking shape, and meteorologists are closely monitoring its rapid development as it gathers strength over the central United States. This isn't just another winter weather event. This system is expected to bring a combination of heavy snow, freezing rain, and dangerously cold temperatures to a huge portion of the country. It's not your average snow day. Instead, we're looking at a storm that could disrupt daily life for millions, shutting down roads, closing schools, and making travel nearly impossible in some regions. Over the next 5 to 6 days, a significant and potentially dangerous weather event will impact much of the United States. The storm's reach will stretch from the Midwest to the Northeast, and even parts of the South could see unusual winter weather. Cities and towns along the storm's path are already preparing for what could be record-breaking snowfall and ice accumulation. Forecasters warn this could be one of the most impactful storms in years, with millions facing dangerous travel, power outages, and life-threatening cold. Emergency crews are on high alert, and utility companies are bracing for widespread outages as ice and snow threaten power lines and infrastructure. The storm's slow movement means prolonged heavy snow and widespread ice, making it especially destructive. With snow piling up over several days and ice building on trees and power lines, the risk of damage and disruption increases with every passing hour. Now is the time to take this forecast seriously and start preparing. Stock up on essentials, check your emergency kits, and make sure you have a plan in place in case you lose power or need to stay indoors for an extended period. In this video, we'll break down the science behind this powerful storm, explain the timeline of when and where it will hit, and highlight the specific dangers you need to watch out for. Plus, we'll share practical tips to help you and your family stay safe and comfortable, no matter what the storm brings. Even small shifts in the storm's track could mean the difference between heavy snow, dangerous ice, or just cold rain for your area. That's why it's so important to stay informed and be ready to adapt your plans as new information comes in. Stay tuned to local weather updates for the latest information. Meteorologists will be updating forecasts frequently as the storm evolves, so make sure you're getting the most current details for your location. Let's look at the bigger picture and understand what's fueling this powerful winter storm. From the clash of warm and cold air masses to the influence of the jet stream, we'll explore the science that's driving this extreme weather event. Brace yourselves, this will be a long, challenging week for many, but with the right information and preparation, you can weather the storm safely and help your community do the same. To truly grasp the scale of the threat, let's break down exactly how this massive winter storm is taking shape. Understanding the mechanics behind its formation helps us see why it's so dangerous, and why meteorologists are sounding the alarm. First, a powerful blast of Arctic air is plunging southward from the heart of Canada, sweeping across the plains and bringing with it a wave of frigid, bone-chilling temperatures. This cold air mass is dense and heavy, acting almost like an invisible wall as it moves relentlessly toward the southern states. At the same time, a surge of moisture is streaming in from two directions, the Pacific Ocean and the Gulf of Mexico. These warm, moist air currents are loaded with energy and water vapor, setting the stage for intense precipitation once they meet the cold air. These two powerful ingredients, Arctic cold and abundant moisture, are on a collision course over the southern plains. This region becomes a battleground, where the clash of air masses triggers the development of a sprawling, dangerous storm system. As the cold, dense air wedges underneath the lighter, warmer, and moisture-laden air, it forces that warm air to rise rapidly. This rising motion causes the moisture to cool and condense, forming thick clouds and setting off a chain reaction that leads to heavy precipitation. This process is known as overrunning. It's notorious for producing prolonged periods of snow, sleet, and freezing rain, sometimes all at once. The result is a relentless onslaught of wintry weather that can last for hours or even days. Because the storm is moving so slowly, precipitation has time to accumulate. Snow piles up on roads and rooftops, ice coats power lines and trees, and the risk of travel disruptions and power outages skyrockets. The longer the storm lingers, the more dangerous conditions become. The combination of Arctic air, abundant moisture, and sluggish movement creates a perfect recipe for a high-impact winter event. It's a setup that meteorologists watch closely, because it can quickly escalate into a full-blown crisis for communities in its path. Forecasters are especially concerned about the widespread, long-lasting effects. This isn't just a quick burst of snow, it's a multi-day event that could leave entire regions paralyzed. with emergency services stretched thin and residents facing dangerous conditions. All the ingredients are coming together for a dangerous and memorable storm, one that could go down in the record books for its intensity and impact. As the system continues to develop, staying informed and prepared will be absolutely critical. Before the snow and ice arrive, there's a different kind of danger lurking in the air, one that's invisible, but just as deadly. The first threat isn't falling from the sky, but sweeping in on the wind, a brutal, relentless cold that grips everything in its path. This isn't just a chilly morning, it's a deep freeze that bites through layers of clothing, numbing skin and making every breath sting. The cold settles in, turning the world outside into a place of risk and discomfort. An Arctic high-pressure system is surging southward, unleashing some of the coldest air of the entire season across the northern plains and Midwest. Temperatures are plummeting to levels rarely seen, with wind chills making it feel even colder. In some areas, wind chills could drop to a staggering -65 degrees Fahrenheit. At these extremes, frostbite can set in within minutes, and exposed skin is at serious risk. Even a short walk outside can become dangerous. This life-threatening cold doesn't just endanger people. Pets and livestock are also at risk, needing extra protection and shelter to survive these harsh conditions. Everyday routines, walking the dog, tending to animals, or letting children play, suddenly require extra caution. As the frigid air mass pushes steadily south and east, it sets the stage for what's to come. The ground becomes a frozen canvas, primed for the arrival of freezing rain and heavy snow. Rivers and creeks begin to freeze and city streets grow eerily quiet. Cold air damming along the surface traps these freezing temperatures, even as a layer of warmer, moist air moves in above. This unique setup creates a dangerous temperature inversion, with cold air stubbornly clinging to the ground. This combination is critical for the formation of a major ice storm. As the warm air rides over the entrenched cold, the stage is set for a hazardous mix of weather that can paralyze entire communities. When rain falls through the warm layer and then hits the frozen ground, it instantly turns to ice. Roads, sidewalks, and trees become coated in a slick, dangerous glaze. Ice accumulates rapidly, making travel treacherous and increasing the risk of accidents. The bitter cold isn't just a warning sign, it's a key ingredient in the storm's most dangerous threat. Without this deep freeze, the coming ice storm wouldn't be nearly as severe or destructive. Soon, this frozen landscape will be transformed, coated by a destructive layer of ice that threatens power lines, trees, and daily life itself. The bitter cold is only the beginning of what's to come. Today, Wednesday, the storm is just beginning. A small Alberta clipper brings light snow to the Great Lakes, a sign of the active pattern ahead. Thursday is quiet for most, but the Arctic high settles in, dropping temperatures across the central U.S. Moisture from the Gulf starts moving north, setting the stage for Friday's explosive development. Forecasters will watch closely as these air masses interact, determining where the heaviest snow and ice will fall. Thursday is your last chance to prepare. Stock up, check supplies, and get ready. By Thursday night, freezing rain and snow will appear in Oklahoma and North Texas. Once the storm ramps up late Thursday, travel will quickly become dangerous. Use this window to make final preparations. Friday is when the storm truly ramps up. Freezing rain, sleet, and snow break out across Oklahoma, northern Texas, and Arkansas, intensifying through the day. The Dallas-Fort Worth area faces a major icing threat, with roads and power lines at risk. North of the ice zone, heavy snow will fall from the Texas Panhandle through Oklahoma City and northern Arkansas. Prolonged snowfall means significant accumulations and hazardous travel. By Friday night, a corridor of dangerous winter weather stretches for hundreds of miles. Millions will face the threat of damaging ice and snow, shelter in place before conditions worsen. Friday is when warnings become reality. Saturday is expected to be the storm's most intense and dangerous day. A corridor of heavy freezing rain will stretch from West Texas across the deep south, threatening catastrophic impacts. Significant ice will bring down trees and power lines, causing widespread, long-lasting outages. Travel will be impossible, and emergency services will be stretched thin. North of the ice, heavy snow will pound areas from Oklahoma through the Tennessee Valley, with totals likely exceeding a foot. The combination of wet snow and wind will threaten power lines, compounding outages. Much of the central and southern U.S. will be paralyzed, with daily life and business grinding to a halt. The economic and safety impacts will be severe. Saturday is a day to stay home, stay warm, and check on loved ones if it's safe. Freezing rain is what makes this storm especially dangerous. Unlike snow, freezing rain falls as liquid and freezes on contact, creating a slick, nearly invisible layer of ice. Even a thin coating can make roads impassable and cause multi-car pileups. The real danger is the weight of accumulating ice, which can snap tree limbs and bring down power lines. Power outages can last days or even weeks, especially if utility crews can't reach affected areas. Without electricity for heat, people are at risk of hypothermia during the Arctic cold. Restoring power after an ice storm is slow and hazardous. That's why having an alternative heat source and an emergency plan is critical. Freezing rain turns a winter storm into a life-threatening event. By Sunday, the storm shifts east, targeting the mid-Atlantic and southeast. The Carolinas and Georgia could see disastrous ice, crippling transportation and causing massive power failures. Heavy snow will fall across West Virginia, Maryland, Virginia, and possibly Washington, D.C., shutting down cities. The storm's slow movement means impacts linger across a 1,000-mile stretch. Even as the storm moves east, snow and ice will persist in the Midwest and Tennessee Valley. By Monday, the system finally pulls away. But lingering snow, ice, and wind will still cause problems in the Northeast. Recovery will be slow, with crews working to clear roads and restore power. The storm's effects will last long after it's gone. This is a coast-to-coast winter monster. Preparation is essential for a storm of this magnitude. Assemble an emergency kit, flashlights, batteries, radio, first aid, non-perishable food, water, and necessary medications. Plan for power outages, charge devices, test generators, and never use them indoors. Have blankets, warm clothing, and a safe heat source ready. Protect your home, let taps drip, know how to shut off water, and bring pets indoors. Fill your vehicle's tank and avoid non-essential travel once the storm begins. The safest place is at home. Stay off the roads. Stay informed with local news and weather updates, as the storm's track can shift. Check on elderly or vulnerable neighbors before the storm hits. With preparation and caution, you can keep your family safe until the storm passes.